Hi K5A. So I can't believe that Passover is in 1 week. It's my favorite holiday and I get to spend it with my family. So I'm super excited. So I wanted to read with you guys my favorite Passover book. It's called The Passover Parrot. And the author is Evelyn Sussman and it's illustrated by Kristen Brooker. Okay, so I'm going to read first and then I'm going to show you guys the picture after. Okay? Does that sound good? Okay, great. I loved our brownstone house in Brooklyn. It had a large, homey kitchen and lots of room upstairs. Best of all was the big backyard with a tall oak tree that shaded us from the summer sun. My brothers Joey and Saul and I loved to play there, especially in the springtime. One day, our neighbor Miss Brown knocked on our door. "Good morning," Mama said. "What's that you're holding?" "Your parrot." "Yes, Miss Cohen, I'm moving. Wouldn't you like to keep him?" She noticed me tugging at Mama's skirt and pushed the cage into my hand. "For you, Lily, a present." And before Mama could say 7 children and a parrot, Miss Brown was gone. I jumped with such delight that I scared the parrot half to death. Mama shook her head. "More things to take care of," she grumbled. "I'll help you, Mama. You'll see." So there's Miss Brown leaving. And look how excited she is that she's getting a parrot. It was shortly before Passover, and Mama was cleaning the house, removing all the chametz, that 11 foods we can't eat on the holiday. She began to refer to the parrot as the chametzistic bird, and before long we all called him chametz. Oh, hey, what is the bird eating? What is the parrot? Do you see what the parrot's eating in its mouth? Looks a little bit like matzah to me. Can you say the 4 questions in Hebrew? Papa asked me a few days before the Seder. His smile seemed to say, "It's okay if you can't." But Joey was old enough to ask them in English, so I made up my mind to learn them in Hebrew. "Mama, will you listen to me and say the 4 questions?" I asked. But Mama was too busy. "Ask Joey to listen to you." See, it looks like her mama is busy doing laundry. I asked Joey. "Why me?" he said. "Ask Saul, or Rachel, or Franny." "Never mind," I replied. In the end, I chose chametz. He was never too busy to listen. In fact, he loved it when I practiced. "Ma nishtana halayla hazeh," I sang, and chametz repeated in his parrot squeaky voice. "Ma nishtana halayla hazeh." "Mikol halelot," I continued. "Mikol halelot," squeaked the parrot. Would Papa be surprised? I could hardly wait for the Seder. At last, the day came. David and Franny helped Mama in the kitchen, and Rachel and Saul set the table. Joey, Becky, and I checked that everything was in order. So she's setting up for the Seder. "Hagadot?" Joey asked. "Check," I said. "Charosat?" Becky said, sampling some. "Wine?" "Enough for every cup and Elijah's too," Papa called from the kitchen. Guess what, K5I? We're going to make charosat soon. I love charosat. The guests arrived all dressed up. After we admired the table, we took our places and Papa began the Seder. Whoa, there's a lot of people at their Seder table. He broke the middle matzah and put half under the satin cover. He wrapped the other half in a napkin. "This is the afikoman, he said, putting it behind the pillow on his chair. Whoever brings it to me after dinner will get a reward. So there he is, and he's putting it in the afikoman bag. We all smiled. Joey laughed. He had already taken the afikoman. Here, Lily, hide it quickly, he whispered. I wonder where they're going to hide it. I snapped a napkin with the afikoman and ran upstairs to my bedroom. As I slipped back into my seat, Papa called, "Quiet, everyone. Lily will ask the 4 questions." I stood on a chair and began to sing, "Manishana halayla hazeh." And as I paused to take a breath, Hamid, who had been sitting quietly in his cage in the living room, repeated in his squeaky parrot voice, "Manishana halayla hazeh." Whoa. See, Manishana halayla hazeh. And all eyes turned to Hamid's. I tried to continue. Mikol halelo. And the parrot squeaked right after me. Mikol halelo. My brothers giggled. The guests laughed too. Take the parrot up to the bedroom, Papa ordered. See, it says Mikol halelo. When I came back, I sang the 4 questions without a single mistake. The guests clapped and Papa smiled. With the sweet singing and the delicious meal, I forgot about the parrot. At last, Papa called for the afikoman so we could finish the Seder. Joey, do you have it? No, Papa. Saul, do you have it? No, Papa. Lily? Yes, Papa. May I have the afikoman, please? Under the chair? I ran to my bedroom, but there was no afikoman. I looked under the table and under the bed. No afikoman. And there was no parrot either. The cage door was wide open and Hamid was gone. Oh no. I sat down on the floor and began to cry. Papa sent Joey and he searched too. Then came Saul. In a minute, he knew exactly what had happened. Follow me, he said. Joey and I followed him down the stairs, through the kitchen, out the back door into the yard. There was Hamid, perched on a branch of our tall oak tree, holding the afikoman tightly in his beak. Oh, so you remember when I said in the beginning it looked like he was eating some matzah? I guess I was right. But it was even more special. It was not just matzah, it was afikoman. Somebody has to climb the tree, Saul said. You better go, said Joey. I might tear my new pants. No, don't go, I said. Just let me talk to Hamid. Then, at the top of my lungs, I sang as loudly as I could. Manishana halayla hazeh. What do you think is going to happen next? Hamid couldn't resist. He opened his beak and repeated, Manishana. And guess what? The afikoman dropped. Did Joey catch it? Did Saul? No, I caught it myself. Well, what was left of it? When I turned around, the whole family and all our guests were standing behind me, watching and clapping. As we returned to the house to finish the Seder, we heard echoes of a squeaky voice singing Manish Tana. Hamid had flown quietly back through the window into the cage, and he perched on one leg and he was practicing for the second night Seder. Manish Tana. Wow, that was such a fun book. I loved that book when I was growing up because I used to have a parrot and her name was Annabelle. So this makes me think about Annabelle. Okay, and there's also an activity if you guys want to do. You can make a question jar, and at the Seder, you're going to talk with your family, who's ever at your Seder table, and you're going to put questions in the jar. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a glass jar with a lid, some construction paper, tape, scissors, and a blank paper and pen. So 5 things. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to draw and then cut a question mark out on the construction paper and tape it to the side of the jar. So it's going to look like this, a question mark on the jar. And then you're going to cut the blank paper into strips. And you're going to write a question on each strip of paper. And if you don't want to write, you can draw a picture. And then you're going to fold the strips of paper and put them in the jar. And then at dinner time, during the Seder, each family member can choose a conversation starter from the jar and show it to the table. And you can say, questions, anyone? So don't worry, if you want to do this project, I will take a picture of this and attach it to the video so your grown-up can show you what to do. Alright guys, have a great Pesach, and it was so nice reading with you. Bye!